to do in this film today is to explore a wide array of organisms and objects from nature that man has used in modern day inventions. This film will also give you an introduction to biomimicry. Biomimicry coming from the Greek word bio, life, and mimic, imitate. It's a relatively new science where researchers and scientists come together and analyze the natural world. They look at models in the natural world. They get ideas from nature to look at structure and function to see how nature has dealt with some of its difficult challenges. And the researchers and scientists come up with innovative technology, whether it be housing or solar cells, clothing, water systems that are based on models that the natural world has used. We're going to first start off with how man has studied animal structures and coverings and coming up with many of our modern day inventions. I'm holding a pet tortoise here that's body is made up of a hard outside covering. And the body actually, the patterns are interlocking, and we call those tessellations. And it happens to be regular tessellations. This hard outside covering allows this tortoise a greater chance at survival from its predators and the natural elements. The tortoise is able to retract its head almost all the way into its shell, and it also has hard scales on all of its legs. Scientists have spent a great deal of time analyzing the interior of bird bone structures and coming up with our modern day aeronautical designs. And we're going to look at the inside of a bird bone right now. Scientists have taken the efficient structure and function of bird bones and applied that to aeronautical design. Scientists have long studied bird beaks in designing common household objects such as our pick. Let's check out this chicken beak. Engineers studied the bodies of millipedes and centipedes in designing the modern day train. The bodies of millipedes and centipedes are made up of jointed sections, much like the multiple sections that make up a train. You can see this millipede, how gracefully and efficiently it's traveling over the curvature of my finger, much like a train would travel around the curve in a tunnel. Scientists derived their idea for the invention of solar cells by studying plant cells. Plant cells contain chloroplasts, which contain chlorophyll. Chloroplasts are natural collectors of light. Chloroplasts are natural solar cells. They collect light. The chloroplasts convert light energy into chemical energy in a process called photosynthesis. Now, solar cells take light energy and convert it into electrical energy. Wow, solar cells, another invention inspired from nature. The interior of the paper wasp nest is made up of interlocking hexagons. And where these hexagons meet is called a triple junction. And it forms a very, very strong structure, and it's very efficient. The invention of chipboard was probably derived from looking at the structure of the paper wasp nest. However, chipboard is made up of shredded pieces of wood that are not combined with saliva, obviously, but are combined with a glue material. Hexagons are seen endlessly in human inventions, and several years ago, Mercedes-Benz wanted to design a concept car that would be fuel efficient, lightweight, aerodynamic, as well as being very strong. So what they did is they studied the boxfish in their actual design of the bionic concept car. What they did is the side panels of the car were made up of these interlocking hexagons, just as you see on this skeletal structure of the boxfish. And what they found was that the car was very strong, yet lightweight. What this employs is a high strength to weight ratio. And we find this concept being used in many interior components. Interlocking hexagons are found continuously throughout nature, and they have been proven to be a very efficient structure in nature. I'm hoping that architects and builders and designers will begin to look at hexagons a lot more closely in the designing future homes and buildings for tomorrow, for sustainable design. Another example of how researchers have studied structure and function in the plant and animal kingdom and applied them to modern day technology is in Surfworks and development. I'm holding a surfboard fin here, which is made up of interlocking hexagons, just like our paper wasp nest. These interlocking hexagons allow this fin to be extremely strong and durable. Another example of hexagons used in modern day technology is in your items such as wet wipes and things. The interlocking hexagons allow this material to be extremely strong and durable. In 1957, the burdock plant was the inspiration for Swiss engineer George de Mestral to invent Velcro. He'd gone on an early morning walk, and when he came back, his clothes were covered with burrs. He took the burrs and he put them underneath the microscope, and he noticed that the burrs contained tiny hooks. He then spent the next 8 years developing Velcro. Now what Velcro is, it consists of 2 nylon strips. One of the strips contains hooks and the other strips contains loops. And when we put the 2 strips together, voila, we have our Velcro. And they say Velcro is probably one of the most important inventions ever. Reduce friction in the machine by using oil or grease to lubricate the moving parts. Snails move on a large muscular foot. This foot secretes mucus. The mucus acts as a lubricant, much like the oil that I just put in my car engine. The secretion of mucus allows the snail to glide easily over rough surfaces, concrete, wood, and other various surfaces. And you can see the mucus trailing behind the snail. Again, lubricants, another idea coming from nature. Researchers and scientists have studied the use of coloring amongst the plant and animal kingdom. They've applied those models to our own modern technology. Examples are the use of camouflage materials and warning signs. You've enjoyed this video, and what I ask of you is to look at nature up closely. Look at the models that nature has employed for the last 3.8 billion years. What can you take from nature to apply to modern technology to create sustainable design? I wonder if spider webs were the inspiration for the invention of cameras.